It's over, Jake. I never loved you. Those words sliced through my heart like a blade dipped in acid. My ears rang. My throat went dry. I remember staring into her cold eyes as I thought I knew, eyes I'd once adored, and realizing everything I had built was crumbling right in front of me. My name is Jake Turner. At the time this story began, I was 34 years old, married for 7 years to the woman I thought was the love of my life. Her name was Lauren. Smart, charming, beautiful in that girl-next-door way that makes you feel like you've known her forever. We met during a business conference. She was in PR. I was in real estate investing. Our chemistry was instant too. Ambitious people chasing dreams, fast-paced lives, building something that felt bigger than both of us. By the age of 33, I had built a modest real estate empire. A few apartment complexes, some flips, a few passive investments. Nothing flashy, no yachts or sports cars, but I was financially free. We lived in a beautiful home in Scottsdale, Arizona. We traveled, we laughed, we planned for children. At least I did. Lauren always said she wanted to wait until we had more security. I thought that was practical. In truth, we were already very comfortable, but I respected her, trusted her, loved her. And that was my mistake. One Thursday morning, after returning from a 3-day business trip in Denver, I came home early to surprise her. I had roses, her favorite pastries. I was excited, even a little giddy. I parked in the driveway, noticed an unfamiliar black Audi in front of our house, and felt the first pang of unease. My mind raced, but I told myself, maybe it's her cousin, maybe a client. When I walked through the door, the truth wasn't subtle. Their clothes were scattered on the floor. I could hear laughter, her laugh, and then a man's voice. I didn't rage. I didn't scream. I felt like my soul stepped outside of my body and just watched. Watched myself walk quietly back out, sit in the car, and just go numb. The confrontation came later that night. She didn't cry. She didn't apologize. She was ice. It's been over for me for years, Jake. You were just too busy working to notice. I felt like a fool. Worse, I learned that over the past few years, Lauren had slowly worked her way into every part of my financial life. Joint accounts, access to business accounts, signing rights on properties. And I so in love, so trusting, let her in completely. I lost nearly everything in the divorce. Apparently, she'd been smart, played the long game. She had a powerful attorney. Arizona is a community property state, and I had stupidly placed assets under joint ownership to make her feel included. By the end of it, I had one beat-up Honda Civic, a tiny condo I'd bought before we married that was in my name only, and about $5,000 in my checking account. Was humiliated, angry, hollow. The worst part wasn't the money. It wasn't even the betrayal. It was waking up every morning and trying to find a reason to move forward. I stopped shaving, stopped working out, spent days in bed watching old sitcoms I couldn't laugh at. I drank too much, pushed friends away, ignored calls from my mom. I disappeared from the world. One night, I sat in that dingy condo, surrounded by takeout boxes and unopened mail, and stared at a photo of my younger self, the confident Jake, the dreamer, the builder. And I thought, what the hell happened to you, man? That night changed everything. I stood up, walked into the bathroom, and stared in the mirror. I didn't recognize the man looking back. Puffy face, bloodshot eyes, a guy who had given up. And I said out loud, this is not where your story ends. From that moment, I started fighting back, not for revenge, not to show Lauren, but to reclaim myself. Step 1. Healing. I started seeing a therapist. Her name was Maya. She was blunt, compassionate, and didn't let me play the victim. She made me write letters to Lauren, to myself, to my younger dreams. I never sent them, but I cried writing them. And I began to understand how I had contributed to the collapse, not by cheating, not by betrayal, but by not being emotionally present, by hiding behind work, by trusting blindly without checking in. Step 2. Rebuild. I had my knowledge. Real estate wasn't gone, it just needed a restart. I began freelancing as a property consultant for small investors. It paid peanuts, but it got me moving again. Then, something interesting happened. One of my clients, Sarah, a single mom from Utah, asked if I'd help her analyze a duplex in her town. We did a Zoom call, I broke it down for her, and she closed the deal. A week later, she sent me a $1,000 bonus with a note. "Thank you. You made this possible." That lit a spark. I started offering one-on-one consultations, then created a course on starting in real estate after a financial crash. I filmed it on my iPhone, edited it myself, uploaded it to a platform I could barely afford. But people started signing up. Then more people. Within 6 months, I had a small but loyal following. I used the income to buy a distressed triplex in a rough neighborhood. I did 80% of the renovations myself. It was grueling. I bled. I cursed. I doubted myself constantly. But I finished it and got all 3 units rented within a month. That triplex saved me. By year 2, I had launched a YouTube channel. The Rebuild, Jake's comeback story. I didn't glamorize anything. I told the truth about the divorce, the pain, the doubt, the fight back. People related to it. By year 3, I had 5 properties, 2 online courses, a YouTube channel. With 250,000 subscribers and a podcast where I interviewed others who lost it all and came back stronger, and the money? I made more than I had during my so-called prime. But it felt different this time. It wasn't about flash. It was about freedom, purpose, meaning. One day, while speaking at a business event in Austin, I spotted Lauren in the crowd. I hadn't seen her in almost 4 years. She looked older, tired. She waited until the end to approach me. "Jake," she said, eyes softer now. "You look happy." I nodded. "I am." There was an awkward silence. She hesitated. Then, "I didn't think you'd recover. I'm sorry." And just like that, I realized I had forgiven her, not because she deserved it, but because I deserved peace. We talked for a few minutes. I didn't ask about her life. Didn't need to. I wished her well and walked away. That night, I sat in my hotel room, staring out at the city lights, and I cried not from pain this time, but from gratitude, because rock bottom taught me things success never could. How to listen. How to fight. How to rebuild not just wealth, but identity. Today, I run a 7-figure business teaching resilience through real estate. I mentor men and women who think it's too late for them, who feel broken, betrayed, used up. And I tell them, your story isn't over. It's just the damn middle. We all face betrayal, loss, failure. But it's what we do after that shapes who we truly are. So if you're watching this and you're down, forgotten, hurting, please believe this. The person you will become can be greater than anything you lost. I'm living proof. And this time, the foundation is uncheckable.